faithful unto the city of Pawtucket and the state of Rhode Island, and support the laws and constitution thereof, and the Constitution of the United States, and the charter and ordinances of the city of Pawtucket, and well and truly execute your office as a member of the Charter Review Commission until your term is up or until another be engaged in your place or you be legally discharged therefrom. By virtue of the authority vested in me, I now declare you to be a duly constituted member of the Charter Review Commission. Thank you.
Congratulations.
It's your privileges.
Yeah, you did too.
Well, we're gonna officially call.
So now we just have to hit the button, the middle one, to turn green. Okay. You're live.
Hey. Oh. You're gonna go around saying,
Recording in progress.
Yeah, well, good roll call, so yes.
roll call?
Copy of the chart. Do we have
Just
a
just say the name for the, if they're here, if you go around. But,
I don't have a list of names.
no, so just let them state the name.
State your name. Judith Grant.
Philip Shea.
Elaine Cruz.
Jack Ladash,
Tyler McPheeters.
Maribel McLaughlin.
Form is present.
Okay. Approval of the minutes of the meeting of May 30th.
I make a motion to approve.
We have those? I don't think we've had
We
those.
didn't have a quorum, there wasn't.
That's right. No, May
Well,
30th.
No, May 30th, the first
Yeah.
meeting that we had.
Do we have those? Who was the secretary? You had the
I
secretary.
I have minutes, but my minutes were like bare bones.
All right, so let's do this. Let's table it
Yeah,
and
let's
extend
table
it and give the secretary the ability to submit them at the next meeting. So
Perfect,
that's a
so I'll
motion.
do that, yeah, so I
We
will,
will table it and you can present it.
yep, so I'll motion to table.
And extend the
until-
time for which to grant, extend the time for which for you to submit them by 1 week.
By 1 week, perfect, so I make a motion to do that,
Sorry.
all in favor?
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes.
I'm sorry, who made it? Was you seconded?
Yes, sir.
Just give me an name, I'm sorry.
Tyler.
Tyler, sorry.
Am I sending you minutes?
Excuse me, we need to swear one more member in.
What's the name?
Could you just swear him in first?
Jose DeMoss.
More. Jose, if you could just stand for me.
Yes.
You, Jose DeBoer, raise your right hand. Make solemn oath that you will be true and faithful unto the city of Pawtucket and the state of Rhode Island, and support the laws and constitution thereof, and the Constitution of the United States and charter and ordinances of the city of Pawtucket, and well and truly execute your office as a member of the Charter Review Commission until your term is up or until another be engaged in your place or you be legally discharged therefrom.
I wholeheartedly do.
By virtue of the authority vested in me, I now declare you to be a duly constituted member of the Charter Review Commission in Pawtucket.
Thank you.
Thought I carried on from last year.
We all have this one.
Okay, and we welcome.
Yeah.
State your name.
State your name.
Joe DeMora, Jose, you go back, Joe.
Turn.
Okay.
Back to our agenda.
Yes.
Okay, we didn't have any minutes on the 12th due to lack of quorum, so it was canceled. We are going to discuss any possible votes on rules or procedures.
So I'll just pass this out. I'm sorry. I think as we get along, we should probably have more definitive rules as to how we're going to proceed. But one of the first things that I thought the board should discuss is the quorum requirement, because we're meeting mostly through the summer, and I know people have schedules. So currently, because we're an 11-member commission, correct?
Yes.
The official quorum is 6, but you as a body have a right to change the quorum requirement as long as you vote upon it. So what I'm proposing is for your consideration. You don't have to do this if you don't want to. Rule 1, it would be a quorum of 5 members is necessary for the commission to conduct any business, including the approval of minutes, discussion, and vote on charter proposals, or any other business that may come before the body. And Rule 2 says a quorum of 6 members is necessary for the commission to give final approval of any proposed charter changes and to send said charter recommendations to the city council for their conclusion. So 5 is a working number. Rule 1. Rule 2 is to make sure that if something goes to the city council, it has the support of at least the majority of the members of the commission. So if this proposal, because I know we had a couple meetings, well, at least one meeting where we couldn't get a quorum of 6, and again, because it's the summer, I thought you could consider that. You don't have to adopt this, but I think it's important that we at least discuss at least some kind of quorum requirement. If you want to keep the quorum requirement at 6, that's up to you as well.
For discussion,
I think those rules make sense.
I like it.
Yeah.
How many total members are there?
there's 11.
11.
11.
If it was 5, we can at least meet. If anything past the city council, it's 6. But at least 5, we can not have those call. I like it.
Shouldn't there be public comment?
I mean, we have minutes
It's on the
to
agenda.
go back, we
It's
can't vote on anything until we get 6, so there's minutes to refer to,
That's right. That's why I did it that way.
you know.
So 5 is more of a working group.
Yeah.
6 is a final, the majority of the board agrees.
All in favor of adopting this?
I make a motion that we accept both of these rules as presented.
Second.
I just need your name, sorry, can you just,
Phil Shea?
sorry, Mr. Shea. And again, these can be changed as you go along, but, you know what's second by?
Sure.
Joe.
Sorry.
All in favor?
Should you do a roll call vote for that? Since
Uh,
it's a change.
Yes, yes, please, a roll call.
Roll call.
Sorry.
Aye. Judith.
Yes.
Joe, aye. Phil Shea, aye.
Elaine, yes.
Jackie, yes.
Tyler, yes.
Maribel, yes.
Thank you.
Do we have any public comment? We do.
Oh, sorry.
Are you asking for public comment on this particular issue?
Okay, David?
If you want to. So it's up to you.
What's up? David Fondoli, 125 Oakland Avenue, Pawtucket, Rhode Island, 02861. I'm just gonna comment on what y'all just spoke about. Honestly, did y'all just change quorum in order to, you said there's 11 members of this commission at this point? Like, that's not what I read online, and I haven't seen anything close to 11 sitting here in the last 3 weeks. So, I take umbrage with all of that, on top of the fact that
I just asked you to speak up a little bit so it.
this charter commission may very well revisit the school committee again, and you have an impartial member sitting on there. I wrote an email a few weeks ago. This isn't a personal attack. It would be the same thing if you put me on this commission. I made my stance on the school committee and whether it should be elected or appointed last year very clearly. It's not right. You do have an impartial member sitting on this committee right now, and I believe anything that's voted on upon that impartial individual is null and void, and I'll push that forward. If I don't understand, if I was on this committee, I would recuse myself. I don't understand why you don't do that.
So, Madam Chair, I did get your email, and I think it was distributed to the rest of the committee when we first got it. So this committee is not a court, this is not a judicial committee, this is not this is a political committee. This is
I'm all aware.
This is a committee that is composed of people who are appointed by the mayor.
Mhm.
It's okay to be impartial on this issue. Everything this is an advisory committee.
Mhm.
They'll make the recommendations to the city council. The city council will be the ultimate authority whether it goes to the ballot for the voters to
Well, I
decide.
think the people really under your
Just
charter.
let me finish.
Yeah.
So you want people, it's okay to be impartial. If we want people to have strong opinions one way or the other, it's okay that if you're not impartial, because again, they're making decisions on chart. This is not where there are two sides. It's going to be balanced, and you're going to make a decision on whether someone who's right or wrong.
Mhm.
This is a committee that's rewriting, or at least proposing to propose amendments to the city charter. So it's okay. So it's okay that if you have an opinion, you want people that have opinions one way or the other. So just I don't know what the you said he might be biased or impartial. If he has an opinion of appointing the school committee or elected the school committee, that's okay. That's one opinion, and he can convince the other people one way or the other. But ultimately, it's this board who will decide to make the recommendation, and ultimately it's the city council. So it's okay to have an opinion on this, because you want people with opinions.
Yes, but when people have impartial opinions in advance and the mayor still sets them on the commission that's going to discuss such a subject, yep, that's, hey, we can agree to disagree.
Yes,
sir.
thank you, sir.
Yep.
Thank you very much.
And I would also like to state, this probably should be a half appointed and half elected or a commission to really handle an unbiased subject such as this.
Under the charter right now, where are they?
We the people,
Appointed
under
by,
the charter.
they're appointed by the mayor. So.
Yes, exactly. We the people, though, run the charter. If you read the first paragraph of the charter.
Thank you.
The next person is Christine Bento.
I meant to be here for the last few weeks, but it was overlapping other meetings that I really need to be at. First, I'd like to say I'm glad to see representation at this table. Dr. Ash, I know that you've been around for a very long time. I know you personally, so I'm glad to see you on this. And Judith, thank you again for last week, for the last meeting that I watched, for not letting them dismiss one of the issues that I believe Dave brought up with overlapping the meetings. I'd like to welcome everybody, and I hope that everybody has the right mind frame to be sitting at this table. I know the mayor appointed most of you, and I'm glad to see minority representation, because that's, my community is a minority, and I'm hoping that the ones that are sitting at this table just think of your community when you're making decisions and not try to follow leads, because I'm not sure that I've ever seen someone from the mayor's cabinet sitting here while you guys are meeting. Maybe it's because you guys are new, maybe that's what it is. But just try to look at what's in front of you and make a decision based on what your community needs are, instead of what everyone else is doing, because we have other issues going on. I'm going to address what you just said to him. You guys have also gotten my email too, right? Did you pass that on to everybody?
We did.
So they're all aware. So there's no shock in what I'm gonna say. You said everyone's got an opinion, right? Yeah, they can have an opinion, a biased opinion. However, a racist opinion, does that matter at all, or they can have a racist opinion too?
I'm not aware of anyone who has a racist opinion, but again, you can have opinions.
You got my email, did you not?
I did not get your email, I'm sorry.
You didn't?
I don't think so.
I agree.
It's part
You didn't
of,
get my
it's
email?
part of the record from
That's
the first
interesting.
meeting.
I might have gotten it, I just left it on.
It's part of the,
I
it's
didn't
part
get
of the
it.
minutes from the
Okay,
record
so
from
for
the
those who didn't, I guess I was gonna say refresh your memory, but I also believe that whether they're appointed by the mayor or not, in a community like this one that's majority minority, in case you don't know, having someone with a racist tendency sitting at this table bothers me, okay? And I'm not going by hearsay, I'm going by a direct attack made on me by Mr. McFeeters over here. So I think he should recuse himself from all decisions, to be honest with you. Because I don't think someone like him should be making decisions on behalf of my community at all. I'm not surprised that the mayor appointed him though. The mayor, I've always said this, and I'm gonna continue to say it, he likes the city to be racially divided, and why he appointed him makes a lot of sense right now, okay? Everyone's aware, it's been public knowledge, I've made it public since the day that it happened. So I don't believe that he should be sitting at this table and that he should be making decisions on behalf of my community especially. So if no one got the email, I'll refresh your memory or let you know that during the last election where he ran for school committee, he was standing with a friend of his at a polling station. His friend happened to come over to my truck and throw a lit cigarette into the lap of the passengers that was in my seat. And when I suggested that the passenger give me the cigarette so I can throw it out my window and threatened the guy to come over and try to throw it in my lap, McFeeters made it a point to let me know that I was on the wrong side of the city. What are you doing on my side of the city? Get back to your side of the city. I'm not so sure what side he thinks that I belong on, but Moran, the president of council, was standing there and heard it, and many other politicians that were standing there heard it, and nobody really intervened. So I'm just gonna tell all of you here, for those of you who don't know me, yes, I am a very big influence on social media, so sometimes I will blast people is what they call it. I don't want to have to blast you guys and come here every week and harass what you guys are doing. However, if this one ain't tamed, I'm going to have to do it. I don't really want to attack everybody at the table because everyone has a position to play. And I respect that there are minorities at this table that will make the right decisions for my community. However, if you're going to say that people have the right to their opinions and his is racist opinion, I'm going to have a problem with that and I'm going to make that your problem.
Thank you.
Is it a written practice that you have to sign up beforehand to make public comment?
That's up to the chair.
Is it a written practice that you have to sign up before public comment, or you allow people to just speak? We should probably talk about that in the next
In the
rule.
next one,
Yeah,
yes.
but I would, without objection,
I would ask them just to sign it, so
Yeah,
have it as,
exactly.
so
Oh, sure.
have it as record,
Yeah,
that's all, please, thank you.
We'll
Why
make
don't
that, we'll make
why don't
that
you guys just
number
like,
30.
next time you print that format, just put your
That's
name
fine.
on it so you can see that. So, anyway, briefly, brief question. Is this an 11-member appointed commission as far as voting members?
That's as far as I can tell, yes.
I would just point out that, and by background, I serve on a national board of directors. So painfully, I've had to become familiar with Robert's Rules of Order. I'm not sure whether this is by charter or by discussion or just by agreement following Robert's Rules, but traditionally, under Robert's Rules, the quorum requirement is more than 50% of the stated board membership. So in this case, it's an 11-member board. To me, going to a 5-member, even if it's a conditional during only board meetings, not on final vote, is disturbing. There should be consistently the current requirement. Changing it otherwise may not actually impact the behavior of the board, but it certainly casts a pall over its legitimacy. And based on last year's board, and I know not all of you are on last year's board, based on last year's board, there's enough of a pall over this. Remember, for the new members, this board was found formally guilty by the Attorney General's office of 2 violations of the Open Meeting Act.
Sir, if I may, you've already stated that in the first.
Well, clily I have to, and for the record, I am speaking to the chair, I'm not speaking to you, all right?
Speak to
But
the entire committee.
no, you speak to, again, listen, I'm trying to get, I'm going to try and keep this clean, but if you're going to interrupt me, all right? First of all, if you want to give me to give the board a lesson off hours about how to run a board meeting, I run a board where the national membership is over 1 million people. So
Continue.
remember that. So anyway, to continue, please, all right? I'm willing to give a class in board governance to you if you'd like. So that's the first problem. The second problem is you've actually got on this board, my understanding, 3 people who were either in the employ or ran for school board membership. So there is a conflict there. And under most boards, you have to disclose conflicts formally. Like I have to disclose, the board I belong to, I have to disclose conflicts. And they should recuse themselves. So my understanding is you've got a former principal. This is not a character flaw. This is just identifying a problem. So you've got a former principal, longtime employee, by all accounts very well regarded, who should recuse themselves. My understanding is the gentleman last year identified himself as an employee at one point of the school board, and we've got a gentleman here who ran for school board. All of whom the tacit understanding is they're under the direct control, as is this board, really under the mayor. So, but that's a political consideration. I'm looking at strictly from board governance issues. You've got 3 people here who clearly have legitimate conflicts of interest, who need to formally recuse themselves. And, as I said, you need to walk back the notion that you're going to take quorum requirements below, if you will, at least half of the board. If you don't do that, then you're going to be operating under the same cloud last year's committee did. Thank you.
Is there anybody in the?
No,
No one on that?
no one online.
Discussion and potential vote on the following.
Sorry.
So the next couple, Madam Chair, are cleanup, what I call technical changes to the charter. The first one is the states section 2.105 of the City Council states that the charter states that the organization meeting of the City Council occurs at 10 a.m. on the first Monday of January. I'm told by the city clerk that they haven't met at 10 a.m. on the first Monday of January many times.
No, and I thought we passed
We,
that
well,
last year.
we discussed it last year as meet on the first Monday, no time.
Right, we,
And I don't think it made it to the ballot, that's why it came
no,
up.
I think it went to the city council, and the city council was supposed to table it for the general election. So the next 2 points, so the purchasing board
Well, can we
and,
just stay on this one?
Sorry.
Yeah.
but they were recommended to the city council, and the city council,
Didn't do it, didn't adopt
they
it.
decided to vote on it this coming election.
Yeah.
So they tabled it for a year.
Oh, okay. So there's a resolution pending before the
There
city
it is,
council that
yes.
they could bring up. We can double check
It
it.
was, I recall last year we discussed this, that we just took out the 10 a.m. because, like I said, meet whenever you want, but just as long as everybody agrees on the time, on that day, on that day.
But they've been meeting regularly on Monday, but
No, this is
Swearing in.
This is the swearing in of the city council occurs on the first Monday of January. This states that they have to meet at 10 a.m. on the first Monday to discuss organizational of this, who's going to be city council president, who's the president pro temp, that type of thing. Doesn't have to be 10 a.m. It can be anytime you want to meet. So I think that's what they want to do, is get that out of the charter that says 10 a.m. It just makes sense.
So I
But
think-
keep it on the
yeah.
first Monday, you know.
So we can pull up the prior resolution that was passed,
double check.
and we can just adopt that at the next meeting if we have to, and just do it again if we have to, so unless you want to formally vote on getting rid of that again, it's up to you, you can wait or do it.
I'd rather read what was done last.
Can we table this to
Next
get
week.
the resolution we passed last year, see where we stand?
And then if we don't like it, we do it again.
Exactly.
It's a motion to the table, who's fine?
Yeah, I'll make a motion too, that we table this first article to determine what was sent to the city council last year, and if that's still pending by the city council. And if we come back for our next meeting, we find out that hasn't been, that's not the case, we still have time to get this to the city council for the general.
Is it the same city council, was there an intervening election? It's the same city council they got the last time, okay.
I don't think any members have changed
Okay.
since. I'm not 100% sure.
There have not.
Does it matter about the different review commissions, or is that?
No. Oh, well, no, because they can adopt it anytime, city council has the ability to
Okay.
adopt the charter.
Just making
anytime.
sure.
Yeah, it's-
Yeah.
Second,
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? Ayes have it.
Okay. We'll check that out for the next meeting.
Next is Article 4, Chapter 10, Power and Duties of the Office.
This is from the purchasing board, this is to raise the minimum requirements for competitive bidding for 10,000 for construction, 5,000 for all other purchases. This kind of tracks state law. State law also has an escalator based on the consumer price index, so I think they're trying to just conform to state law on this one. I don't know if this was, I think you said this was discussed at last structure review as well.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but this was discussed and submitted to the city council?
Even the purchasing manager, I
Correct.
think for the city, I forget his name.
Yeah.
Peter Wingate.
Yeah.
What's that?
Peter Wingate?
Yeah.
Yes, he came last year and discussed and just explained his processes to us of how, you know, prices
Yeah, so
prices went up. Think
Right.
about it, you know?
Yeah,
And I don't think there was anything in the charter that we had anything regarding the specific index,
right.
the pricing index. So again, that was also submitted to the city council. The city council tabled that discussion for a general election ballot.
Okay, so we'll check that as well.
That's the one I was thinking. We was at that meeting with it.
Did we also
Yeah.
discuss about changing some, I don't know if this is in the charter, or he was mentioning how, you know, back in the day, you used to have to put stuff in the Providence Journal, you know, for
Oh,
3
advertising
days.
requirements.
We talked about, what's that?
Advertising requirements, you mean, yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, but.
Yeah, so that's down here,
we
related
talked-
to the need of solicitation of bids and proposals.
Yeah, of how they can manage that themselves.
Correct.
Whether it be online bids or once it's publicized, that type of thing.
So I guess
We're going to table this also.
get more information between now and next meeting.
And we'll still have time for that.
Okay,
We just have a motion to table, I'm sorry, motion to table to the next meeting.
motion table to the next meeting. All in favor?
Wait.
The chair made the motion.
It's second.
Madam Chair, you should, instead of making the motion, you said the chair will accept the motion to table. Okay, that would be a little easier. So the chair's supposed to be the impartial. Thank you.
I second.
You did a good job.
Yeah.
You are.
Can't lower yourself to R level.
All right.
Article 7, personal director and personal system. Personnel.
So this, I'm going to defer to Ryan on this one, so,
So basically, throughout the charter, there's a discussion of the personnel director and the personnel division. Under more modern time, we're calling them the human resources division and the director of human resources. So it would just be a name change to reflect the reality and to just kind of more modernize the naming of the department. But that's really it. We refer to them internally as human resources, so we just kind of
So we rename the department.
there's the department and the position.
And the head.
Yes.
From personnel to human resources.
Correct.
No.
I think it makes sense.
Changing it to human resource
Yes.
and human resource director.
Yes.
Director.
Director of Human
Director.
Resources. Yes, thank you. Director of Human Resources instead of Personnel Director.
So the division would be renamed,
Go ahead.
the division, the current title of the division is the department, is the personnel division. That's the current title in the charter. The proposal is to rename it the Division of Human Resources, Department of Human Resources, to be headed by a director of human resources. This is a personnel director.
And then changing the references to
Right, throughout the charter. And again, this is all preliminary. This is, if you go with this, hopefully by the next meeting, I will go through the charter and show you where to strike out and the changes that you make. So,
Actually, sorry, the charter.
I know what you're saying, I'm sorry.
Other cities and towns?
It's all over the map, but it's usually the Department of Human Resources. It's just a more modern.
Makes sense.
It takes time for us to catch up with the lingo.
Yeah.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
Yeah, second. It's easier.
Grant?
All those in favor? please say
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Any opposed?
Great. Again, these are preliminary votes. You'll get the final.
Yeah.
Is to be. Final vote.
Okay. Next one is Article 3, Chapter 7, Planning Commission membership.
So under the current charter, the planning commission consists of 7 members, is appointed by the mayor. The proposal to be asked is to add 2 alternate members to the commission as appointed by the mayor for a term consistent with the full voting members who will take the seat. A full voting member when they are not available or absent from the planning commission. So this kind of mirrors state law, though when state law was passed, you can have alternates, but because we had a charter in place before state law, you can still make a charter change to add 2 alternate members. But they just the state recently changed the quorum requirements of planning commissions. I think it went from 5 to 4, depending on how many they were on there. And again, to help people get things done and get things through, to add alternate members if the normal members can't get there, they can have alternate members.
This is the planning board?
Planning board.
Planning board.
It sounds familiar, but I don't know if.
Yeah, can we
Look at
check,
this,
because I
okay, yeah.
think this was already voted on, and I don't know it was submitted to city council now.
Okay.
So can we check on
Table
that?
this also? Sure.
Yeah.
I have a question. How often does the planning commission meet?
We may meet monthly.
Okay.
How many are there, current?
7.
7, they want to add 2.
Just two
Alternates.
alternates. It's really to help get a quorum, especially now with the changes in state law. The planning commission has a lot more responsibilities going forward, so there's just gonna be a lot more business before them, so just want to.
Yeah, that was,
So I'm interested, why alternate and why not just expand it?
Say less, that's the maximum number, 7. Or
Oh, I
7.
see.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay.
7 or 9, I can't remember.
Do you think you guys did this last year?
I
Like,
think
we
so, it
discussed
sounds familiar, but I can't tell you.
no, I have notes at home.
I believe we discussed it, but I don't think we came to a resolution.
Yeah, we might have discussed, I don't think we did anything with this, to be honest with you.
Like Brendan is, put that information, that way we'll be sure, and don't need to reinvent the wheel.
That's-
Yeah.
Want to table it till next week?
We did,
Yeah,
we did
we
discuss
discussed
it.
it, yeah.
We discussed it, but yeah, I think it just needs to be.
Motion to table?
I will make a motion to table this until next week after further information.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed?
That was easy.
Okay, next meeting, Thursday, 6 PM.
Next Thursday,
What's the date?
July 27th.
June.
Slow your roll over there.
Sorry.
Still June. Don't wish the summer away. I had a boss that did that. We hit 4th of July, summer's over. I
That's my
said, no, it's not.
father.
Oh, come on now. I don't have a vacation till August. Calm down.
Sorry, I was thinking 4th of July, and I'm like, crap, that is a Thursday, that's not next Thursday.
That's the
why I
following.
was-
So we won't meet that. We won't meet
Right,
that.
right.
Just get it done.
I mean, we could.
Oh, a different day. Not on the 3rd. I put 90 people in my
No,
house.
I don't want to do it.
So we just,
I'd almost be okay with skipping that.
Any new business? Did anybody have anything? You usually always ask if anybody has new business. I don't think so.
Where's tabled?
This was the table, that way we could all.
so the next meeting is June 27th?
June
and then-
27th, 6 PM.
And then the next order of business is motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Make a motion, we adjourn?
Second.
Third.
All those in favor?
All those in favor?
Aye.
All opposed?